Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So for today, it makes 5 years since I've been on YouTube. That is crazy. So what I want to do is I want to get ready because originally I was just going to talk, but that might not be interesting to some of you. I don't know. So I'm going to talk. We're going to do a get ready with me. And basically it's going to be a chit chat on my whole YouTube experience. I've been on for 5 years and I only have under 5K subscribers. I know for quite a few people that have been on for 5 years, they're already well into the thousands, into the 100,000s, and I just wanted to come up here and just talk a little bit about my mistakes, some tips in how to keep going, because I feel like that's something that I have a few friends that are content creators, and just in general in life, even if you're not a content creator, you're not on YouTube, you're not on social media, I feel like this could still apply to you as far as how to keep going. Maybe life is changing. Maybe you're in a phase, maybe you need to make a move, maybe a career switch, or you're just feeling down and out about something because you've been working so hard and you're not growing the way that you want to. This is for you, boo. This is for you. This is how I keep it going. So let's go ahead. I'm probably not going to really talk too much about the products that I'm putting on my face because I really just want to focus on, you know, my mistakes and things that I did wrong and tips and whatnot. So the number one thing that I did wrong, I can honestly say this is the biggest mistake that I made, and I made this mistake for a long time, not understanding your demographic. You have to know who is watching your content. That is going to be key, because if you are creating content for a demographic that it does not line up with, then guess what, my friends? Your growth will reflect that. Now, obviously, you know, it's not all about the subscribers, but you know, I am someone who genuinely really likes this. I love YouTube. I love more than anything creating content. I love engaging with you guys. It is a passion. It's a hobby. I love it. So number one, that's, my motivation right there. You guys, that is how I keep going. But I can honestly say for sure for the first 2.5 to 3 years, I was just kind of looking at what everyone else was doing because I didn't have any idea what I was doing, you know? So you just kind of watch the people around you, see what they're doing, and do that. And then it dawned on me one day, because my demographic in salon, I'm a hair colorist and makeup artist, my demographic is women 35 and up, and in particularly, to get really, really nitpicky about it, 40 and up. That's my demographic. I could probably say for my clientele, if I had to guess, only about 5% are under 35. Yes, that many. So one day it dawned on me at work, because I was talking about, you know, my demographic and just, you know, how the majority of my clients are women that are older than me, and I love my demographic. I love my clientele that I have in salon. I thoroughly enjoy that. And then one day it hit me, I said, well, wait a second. That's probably your demographic on YouTube as well, because think about the aesthetic. Think about how you do makeup. Think about, you know, just your preference. You're not gonna have the teenagers. You're not gonna have the 20-some-year-old girls. You know, I am not someone that is like a James Charles. I don't do super, you know, just pow in your face. I'm makeup for the everyday woman. I like to keep it simple. So therefore, that is why I feel like the more mature, and when I say mature, I do not mean old. Mature is you're just more sophisticated, you know, we're just more realistic about where we are in life, and can we pull off those looks? Absolutely, there's nothing wrong with that, but just on the average, this is, you know, we keep it simple. That's just what we do. So once I understood my demographic and who was watching my content, that was a game changer for me, because piggybacking off of, you know, understanding your demographic, you have to do what works for you. For me, content like cut crease tutorials or any kind of challenges, or anything that's super trendy that's going down on YouTube, that does not work for me. That does not perform well on my channel because y'all don't care for it. And honestly, I don't care for it either, you know? So we're on the same page. And the next thing after that is be true to you. Now, I don't want to say that I wasn't being true to me, but it takes some time to just really figure out, you know, your camera presence, getting comfortable. Because the first 2 years on YouTube, I was just kind of like, ooh, girlfriend. Like, it's hard being in the camera, you know, making sure that you're coming off the way that you want. Now I'm comfortable. Anyone can throw a camera in my face. I'm like, yeah, let's roll, let's go. That came with me growing, being comfortable, confident, and secure with myself. Once I gained the confidence in myself and most importantly became secure with myself, that's when I saw a huge difference. Something else that helped me is putting out content that makes you happy. Now this goes back to, you know, trendy content. I found that for me, whenever I would do something that was trendy, I never liked it. Never liked it. I would try, you know, because I'm like, okay, well, this is what's trending, and this is what everyone else is doing. And every time I would do it, I would hate it. You gotta do what works for you, you know. At the end of the day, this is YouTube. You be you. That's why people are coming. And the unique thing about it is, no matter what, can't nobody else do you like you. There is no one else but you that can do what you do. So there's really no right or wrong way. If you are being yourself, then you're gonna be good to go. You can't do what everyone else is doing because what works for one person might not work for another. And I mean, that's a true testament. I say that all the time about makeup, and it applies to the same thing when creating content. Like, I'm not someone who's super cinematic. I'm not someone that does all these crazy edits. I'm keeping it simple. We're straight to the point, you know what I mean? That's how we get down, and that's how we have just basically groomed this AM fam. Something else that used to really get me, you know, being very hard on yourself. You know, you want to produce the best content. You want to make sure this looks like this. This is perfect. And honestly, this can be applied to everybody in life, no matter what your job is or what you're doing. We have to understand that done is better than perfect. Because a lot of us are out here chasing perfection. And guess what? You will continue to chase that till the day you die because you are not perfect. I am not perfect. We have not arrived. I have not arrived. I am not the next Messiah. No one is perfect. So if you are someone who is always striving and chasing perfection, baby, that is a great way to get ran down, and you ain't gonna do anything but burn yourself slam out because perfection does not exist. Hate to break it to you, it doesn't exist. It is not real. Once I had got to the point where I just really stopped hardcore critiquing my content and just, you know what, we filmed this. Now, unless it was just like really poor quality, or I just had awful energy, or I was just off in it, then yeah. But it's a rare occasion that I do away with a video. I can honestly say about 99% of the content that I film always goes up, no matter what, you know? And then just like a few, you know, if you are a content creator and you're just getting started, you're probably thinking, oh, well, how can you offer me any advice? And you've been on for 5 years and you don't even have 5,000 subscribers. Well, baby, I spent the first 2.5 to 3 years doing it wrong. Okay, some things that people tell you, quality, like your camera does not matter. That is a lie. It does matter. However, don't go bankrupt when you're just starting. Luckily for us, especially right now going into 2020, the way that camera phones, iPhones, and Samsungs are set up right now versus how they were when I started in 2014, you can use your phone. Especially if you're someone who is a Samsung user, Samsung blows it out of the park when it comes to photography and camera quality and videography. My father-in-law, he's really big into photography. He's creative as well. And he does photography on the side, like real estate photography, landscaping, and he does a little video editing as well. And he has a Samsung, and we always, when we get together, we're always like looking at his photos and things that he's creating. All his photos and all his videos are just always insane. Just perfection. So yes, we are now in a time where you can film with your phone if that is all that you have. Now, if you want to upgrade, if you have the funds to upgrade to a camera, do it. Now, do you need to go out off the bat and grab yourself a full frame, crazy $2,000 camera? No, I film with a Canon EOS Rebel T7i. I believe my camera was about $650 or no, it was more than that. I believe when I bought, I've had it for almost 2 years now. I can't remember the exact price in the back off the top of my head. I always leave everything for my gear that I use in the bottom, but what I basically did was, this was not the camera that I started off with. I used to have a Nikon. Nikon is great for photography, but when it comes to videography, I just felt they kind of dropped the ball. So I traded my camera in. So therefore, I didn't pay the full, I want to say somewhere, I think $800 or $850 or somewhere like that. I can't remember. Again, I know it's probably way more affordable now because when I traded it in, it was 2 years ago, but I didn't pay the full price. You know, I went to Cardinal Camera, Cardinal Camera, one of the local camera stores, I can't remember, and I just did a trade. You know, because I was just at the point where I was ready to take it to the next level. But if you do have a little bit of money, you know, get yourself a Canon T7i Rebel. It's a great camera. It's a great camera to start off. Now, would I like to eventually upgrade to another camera? Yeah, but guess what? We ain't there right now. So your camera quality, you know, all that stuff does matter. But if you don't have the best camera in the world, that's okay. Just make sure you are set up in front of the natural light. The natural light is going to be your best friend at all times. Another tip for creating content is consistency. Now, this is something that I don't really have a hard time with. I am someone who is just, it's a gift. I am very organized and very structured, and I truly believe that I am that way just simply because my upbringing was very chaotic. It was very chaotic. I had a very chaotic upbringing. So therefore, because I kind of grew up in chaos and turmoil, it made me a structured person. I feel like some people either they go from one extreme to the other. Either they are the product of their environment or they do a total 180. I'm someone who is not a product of their environment. I just did a total 180. So that is why I am someone who is just organized. Now, set yourself up for success. This is something that I've been preaching for quite a bit this year. Set yourself up for success. Be realistic about where you are and what you can do. If it sounds good in theory, you say, oh yeah, I want to create 3 videos a week. I want to upload 3 times a week. Okay, but if you know your lifestyle already, just from the time you wake up to how you orchestrate your life to how you go to work, if you can't already get that stuff organized, I can guarantee you when it comes to actually sitting down and filming and editing and uploading, it's not going to happen. Don't set yourself up for failure. Be realistic. Start off 1 video a week. Commit to that. Once you can commit to that and you can find your flow of how you can work everything in, because it's not a matter of just sitting down and then you're done, you know. I don't have that luxury. I am legit a one-woman show. I do it all for my salon business. I have my salon clients. I have to make sure I have all my products in salon, keep an inventory, my accounting, my bookkeeping. I have all of that, and then I have this. So you have to make sure that you can just find your own structure. Everyone's lifestyle is different. I know my schedule is probably a little bit all over the place, but again, I think the reason why I don't get overwhelmed with that is because I kind of grew up overwhelmed. So therefore, I know how to move and flow in it. So start off by just setting yourself up for success. Say, hey, I'm going to post 1 video a week. Pick a day. Already have, an idea of what you want to film. I always have some sort of idea board. I always have a list. So that way, whenever I am just kind of, I don't have any inspiration or not sure what I want to film, I just refer back to my list, pick something off the list, and film it. So pick a day for filming. Pick a day and time for editing, and then pick a day for upload. Boom. There you go. Organization is key, you guys. No matter what, I don't care what you do in life. I don't care if you're an accountant. I don't care if you're a teacher. I don't care if you are someone who despises social media. No matter what organization in life, I feel like I am someone, I feel like when it comes to organization and structure, I got that in the bag. I got that in the bag so much to the point where I even want to start incorporating a lot more lifestyle things on my channel. 2020, we're gonna be doing some things differently here on my channel because I've just got to the point where it's like, hey, you are more than beauty. Share all of your stuff. This is your channel, it's YouTube. You can do whatever you want out here. But when it comes to organization and structure, I got that. Now, let's move on to how to keep going because I feel like this is the hardest part. It's easy when something's new and exciting, right? And you've got all the gas in the tank, you're pumped, you're ready to go, you've set some goals and expectations and probably some unrealistic expectations, but you don't realize that at first. We've all been there. I do it. It's okay. It happens. First of all, when you set these goals and expectations, if you do not achieve them, that does not mean that you're a failure. You just have to understand that greatness takes time, my friends. That is something that I have to remind myself. And also, we gotta stop comparing ourselves. We can't keep looking at everyone else. And oh, well, this person was only on YouTube for a year and they already have 500,000 subscribers. Yeah, been there. Oh, this person, they've been doing this for this. Yeah, like you can't pay attention to the outside noise. You've got to focus on you. So when you're just stuck and you want to know how to keep going, the first thing that I do is I go back and I ask myself, why am I doing this in the first place? I am aware of my purpose. I know what God put me here on this earth to do. God put me here on this earth to help. I am a helper, okay? I am a teacher. I know that He wants me here on this earth to help, to teach, to inspire, to motivate, and create. That is what He wants me to do. And what I've also had to realize too is, just in transition, especially, I put myself in the category thinking, oh, you can only do beauty, you can only do beauty, when really it's kind of like, okay, you can do beauty, but God also blessed you with this body and this knowledge as well, so you can also help people just on a nutrition and fitness and wellness aspect as well. So it doesn't matter what it is that I'm doing, just as long as I am teaching and educating and helping and motivating. God doesn't care which outlet that I use to do it in, just as long as I do it. And y'all know your girl here, she rocks with God, uses in the Holy Spirit. I don't apologize for it. I don't ever try to push my beliefs and thoughts. God is the center of everything. And when it comes down to how to keep going, especially when you just are in a rut and you feel alone, we always got to circle back to the center of God, so knowing your purpose is definitely helpful. I know there are some people that, they don't know their purpose, and so therefore it can make things very tricky, but just start trying to figure out what it is that you're passionate about. What are you good at naturally? And 9 times out of 10, you can kind of find your purpose in there. So I do this because I love it. I do this because I know this is what I'm put on this earth to do. I genuinely care about women. I just have a heart for women. I want everyone to be great. I want everyone to feel good. I want everyone to look good. That is why I do it. Next up, don't be so freaking hard on yourself. Easier said than done. I'm using Metropolis. Easier said than done, but baby, let up. Like, come on, relax a little bit. Like, you don't have to be so freaking hard on yourself all the time. We don't give ourselves credit, and I know that is something that I struggle with big time. Like this, for example. When I did New York Fashion Week a couple years ago, I was like, all right, I did it, on to the next thing. I never really take a moment to just, I don't want to say bask in my achievements, but I never acknowledge them. I'm always moving on to the next thing. And it kind of can come off as not that I'm it can kind of come off as like it's not enough for me. Like I'm never pleased, I'm never satisfied. And I just need to really take a moment and just be like, whoa, you know, you just did this great thing. Like you need to be proud of yourself. That's something that I struggle with personally, just being proud of myself. And I think that has a lot to do with just my upbringing and things that happened in my childhood. Same thing with my competition. I placed third the first time ever competing in a bikini bodybuilding competition. That is epic. It took me a full 48 hours to realize how epic that was, because I'm already on to the next thing, trying to figure out, okay, well, when can I compete again? How can I make this better? How can I move up and play? And it's kind of like, whoa, that is good. It's good to be like that, but at the same time, it's like, wait a second, girl, listen to what you just did. The first time your heel ever stepped on stage, you got top 3. It's a lot. I'm filming this on November 6th and I'm still trying to take it in. Like my competition was 2 weeks ago and I still haven't quite wrapped my brain around it. Like, wow, you know, so stop being so hard on yourself. Give yourself some freaking credit. You know what I mean? Like it's a blessing to be able to do these things. You're doing things that a lot of people cannot do. They don't have the abilities or the means to do them. So be thankful, you know, and it's, for me, it's not that I'm not thankful. I just need to take a moment, take my own advice, you know what I mean? And just be proud. Stop being so hard on myself. And then I already touched on this as well, but we'll say it again. We have to keep in mind, y'all, that greatness takes time. We always want to rush the process. We always want to get there fast. And guess what? What we got to realize is when you get there fast, you fall fast. It's not sustainable. It's just not. And that was a word for myself that I needed, but it's true. Oftentimes we want it now and we gotta have it now, and we don't get it right now, we get upset, and it's like, whoa, slow down. Yes, this YouTube thing for me has been a very, very slow process, but here's the pros of it being a slow process. The fact that I don't have a large audience, you know what that means? That means I get to really interact with you guys. The AM fam is popping. I love each and every single one of you. That means, I don't know if you guys notice, I make it a point to go through my comments and I respond to everybody, because I feel like you took the time out of your busy day to watch me for 15 to 20, however minutes it is, and I can't get off my behind and leave a comment and respond. That's rude. It's like, you know, pay attention to the people that are there for you. Pay attention to the people that are always showing up and rooting for you. Those are your people, you know what I mean? So that's the pros of being a smaller influencer, where I can have that. I can go in and comment and respond to you guys. When you leave me messages or send me messages on Instagram, I can respond back. I see you, you know? You don't get lost in a whirlwind of a bunch of other messages and comments. So that's cool. Greatness takes time. You cannot rush your process, and your process is just that. It is your process. How it goes down for someone else, that's not going to be how it is for you. But also, you can't sit there and be so focused on someone else's story and how they're getting these achievements. You don't know that if they might have sold their soul to the devil to get to where they are. You know what I mean? Like, you can't be worried about nobody else. Focus on you and keep grinding, keep going. It doesn't matter if maybe you're feeling a little defeated and you're moving slower than usual. That's fine. Just don't stop. Keep on going. And last but not least, I just want to close it out by saying you are special. You are great. You do have an impact. You do have a purpose. Don't feel like you're just out here all willy-nilly on your own. No, no, no. Everyone on this earth serves a purpose. Everyone is here for a reason. And also, your journey is happening a specific way for a reason, you know? Like, what if I obtained my YouTube success too early when I wasn't ready for it, you know? I wouldn't have known what to do with it. when I started 5 years ago. What, 25 years old, 24, 25 years old. Now, I'm older, I'm more mature, I have higher emotional intelligence, so I know how to conduct myself, you know? Those are things that you have to realize. Like, God's not gonna give you something if you're not ready for it. Just because you've been working so hard, and I feel like sometimes we get like that. I know I'm working so hard. How come I'm not there yet? Because it's not time. Patience. Gary Vee preaches patience all the time, and it is true. Sometimes we feel like, oh, well, I'm too old. You are not too old. If you are still living and breathing and thriving and have air in your lungs, it's not over yet. You still have time. We really have to let go of these time constraints. Like, oh, well, when I'm 30, I need to have this. When I'm 35, I need to be like this. By the time I'm 40, I need to have this. Scratch all of that, because who came up with that? We're all different. We all have different lives. That does not work. It just doesn't go down like that, you know? Alright, you guys, so I'm going to throw on some mascara and then we'll come on back to close out the video. Okay, lipstick is on. I went with the Sephora Collection Cream Lip Satin Lip Stain in Pretty Auburn. So, and last but not least, one more thing I want to say, guys, is do not fear. Do not live in fear. You cannot operate in fear. Do not be afraid to take a chance. Do not be afraid to step out on faith and try something new. I know easier said than done. We are all human. We all have fears. I have fears. I'm afraid of frogs. I think frogs are gross. Not bothered by mice and snakes, but throw a frog at me, I'ma fight you. But real talk, something that I am not afraid of, I'm not afraid of failure. And I really truly feel like that is why I will try new things. I have no problems trying something, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. For instance, when I thought I wanted to have an Amber P Fit YouTube channel, I was like, oh yeah, that's great, let's do it. And my first video, I was like, nope, don't like it. And that's not a failure, that's just a part of the process. That's just learning. So I have no problems trying something new, and guess what? If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. It doesn't mean you're a failure, it just means it didn't work out. You learned a lesson. It's a lesson learned. It's a process. So I hope that this was encouraging to anyone, to somebody. If one person is even encouraged and motivated by this, then I have done the Lord's work. But I hope that you guys enjoy this video. Let me know if you are down for just more real life chit chats like this. Like I said, 2020, we're going to be bringing some new content to the channel. We're definitely going to be doing some more health, more fitness, more lifestyle. If you guys are just, you know, someone that maybe needs help just organizing and structuring your day and you want some content like that, let me know, because I have no problems doing that. I love helping my friends and my family just organizing it structured, because God puts people in your life for a reason. Balance, Lo and I, he is very unorganized and very unstructured. My best friend is very unorganized. My mom is very unorganized. And there's me. And I feel like God placed me with all these people for my own balance that I need, because if they were all like me, we'd be in trouble. But anyway, I'm on a tangent now. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. You know the deal. Keep it simple, and I love you. Mwah. Peace.